Welcome to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank.
Welcoming you back to this joyous day, waiting for the football season to start. Week 2 preseason next week. We just got done with week 1. But before we get into the NFL, I know some of you like college football. I know I do.
Yep.
I love it. Can't wait for it to come. Big Penn State fan. And then we got a Buckeyes guy over here. The top 25 came out yesterday, I believe. Shocker, Alabama's number 1. And if you watch college football, you know that Alabama's the most annoying team out there. But,
really?
But
more than Ohio State? Yeah. I mean, Alabama is annoying,
no,
but
I would say
our fan base is so obnoxious.
I would say Ohio State or Alabama as a team is annoying.
Okay.
For some reason.
That's
but once
fair.
they get to the NFL, I respect the hell out of those players.
I think it's more Nick Saban. I think it's more Nick Saban than anything else. It's annoying. He's Bill Belichick.
When it comes to Ohio State, it's the fans.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're obnoxious as hell. I don't care. I'll admit it.
So I have nothing. Like when Ohio State plays, as long as there's no Ohio State fans present, I'm like, all right, not too bad. But yeah, there's some surprises. I think my biggest surprise is Notre Dame number 5. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It looks good for Ohio State though, because when we beat them first week of the year.
Yeah.
Usually they don't.
They're
Usually
they put Notre Dame up here thinking they're going to make a difference like one of these years, and it's like it never happens.
But usually what happens is Alabama plays like Miami, and Miami's ranked 7th, and Miami doesn't deserve to be ranked 7th, and it looks good in Alabama. Well, at least Notre Dame will probably finish top 15 at the
this year. This year, Miami's 16, which I know they got Cristobal.
Yeah,
I understand, but they're still going to end up with 5 losses. I know coming from me, it doesn't make much sense because Penn State the past couple years have.
Well, how is James Franklin still?
We're not ranked.
How is James Franklin still a coach? I don't know.
I don't know. You're preaching to the choir there. But other big surprises, USC's number 14.
Lincoln Riley effect.
Yeah, that's all that is. So we'll wait and see how that works out. But USC and UCLA move into the Big Ten as soon as next season.
I'm surprised Oklahoma's 9th, considering they lost Lincoln Riley.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they're 9th. And then we got another shocker, and Pitt is actually 17 after losing.
Pitt? Wow.
After losing Kenny Pickett. That doesn't make much sense, in my opinion. And then everything else seems all right. Yeah, Michigan 8. I agree with that. Utah 7.
They're going to win the Pac. Well,
they're the only team in the Pac-12 that's capable.
Right.
Maybe Oregon, maybe.
But they have a new coach too, so it's who knows. It's more of a wait and see game.
Yeah, but season's approaching.
Yep.
It starts before the NFL season, so it's usually a good week prior to the NFL preview.
Ohio State Notre Dame play September 3rd. So
we play Thursday, September 1st against Purdue.
There you go.
Thursday night game, but I'll be on vacation in the Bahamas.
So must be nice.
Good news is I won't get any service pretty much because I'll be on a cruise and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just throw my phone on airplane mode, have the game recorded. I'm back Saturday. I'll watch it Saturday.
Well, there you go.
And boom, it goes from a Thursday night game to a Saturday game for me. Love how that works. But yeah, college football coming up. We'll be talking about college football here and there. You know, it's not going to be as much as the NFL, but
there's big matchups. We'll definitely give our input on
when Penn State and Ohio State play. You know.
Yeah,
it's always a good game though.
I mean, it's a rivalry. It's been a better rivalry than Michigan when it comes to actual gameplay as of late.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, moving on. Let's dive into Week 1 preseason. So, a lot of interesting takes, a lot of promise, a lot of what seemed to be disappointment. Let's start with the Jaguars and Browns game.
Yeah.
I definitely see a lot of potential in Travis Etienne. He was going all over.
He had a good start.
Lawrence was throwing the ball very well. I mean, they didn't play that long, but both of them seem like they're going to have a better year. And I think for Lawrence, he had that Peyton Manning
they're just in a stable system now.
Now they have a coach.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have Urban freaking Meyer.
Right. Like, I'm an Ohio State guy. Urban Meyer should have never went to the NFL. Absolutely not.
It's horrible. That was worse than the Nick Saban experiment in Miami.
The Jags owner is a fool, in my opinion. But nonetheless.
Now let's talk about the disappointments in that game.
I mean, Deshaun came out, played like shit. But it didn't help.
7 yards.
Anthony Schwartz did drop 2 balls that went right through his hands.
27 accusations, 7 yards.
It's 26. If you're going to make a joke, make it right. Nonetheless.
Sorry. My bad. I got 7 in my head now because of 7 yards.
Anyways, Anthony Schwartz did drop 2 balls that they were very catchable. Like, you could have fucking caught the damn things. And they went right through his hands. I wouldn't have been in
that position, though.
Well, you're not as fast, but nonetheless, he dropped 2 balls that went right through his hands, which doesn't help. And on the second drive, he played 3 series. On the second one, Dearness Johnson fumbled on the second play. So, like,
that's true.
He didn't really have a chance to get in the rhythm.
I do find that comical because you can't really count that drive because it was nothing Watson did wrong.
Right. What are you going to do?
But regardless.
And then Schwartz had a drop on
passes. He still had 7 yards.
Yeah, it was Schwartz had a drop on the third down on the first series and then a drop on the first down on the second series. And it's like, dude, what are we doing here? And I lost track of what I was going to say, but he didn't. Oh, Nick Harris got hurt on the second play, starting center. He's out for the year. And then our 7th round pick, who's going to be our backup center, also done for the year, got carted off yesterday. So we still have this cat from Seattle that was there last year. He started for him. But, J.C. Tretter's still out there. Make a phone call. Bring him back in. He knows the system. He is still good. He's just older, but I don't know what to do.
Batonio said the reason
he thinks that he's not the reason he hasn't gotten signed is because he was the president of the NFLPA, the NFL Players Association, like during all the COVID stuff.
Oh.
And so like he thinks it's being held against him because the owners don't want to. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not, but Batonio would know more than you and I.
Sounds like a pathetic excuse.
No, but like he's a good
for owners to like not get him.
Yeah, owners are how petty owners can be, but nonetheless, our defense. Well, we didn't have Garrett or Clowney starting or our top 2 corners, but MJ Emerson got beat up a little in the beginning, but had a nice pick 6 where he took it away from the receiver and then returned it for like 50 yards, I think. And they ended up winning the game. Cade York looked good. Jerome Ford, who we got out of Cincinnati, he was our 4th round pick. Had a touchdown receiving and rushing, had like almost 70 yards. So there's a lot of promise there. With our young players played pretty well, and when it comes down to the team, Brissett's the quarterback for the first 6 games no matter what. So we haven't seen that yet. And we probably won't see it until week 3 because they're having live practice against the Eagles this week for 2 days, and they play them on Sunday. So I'm thinking you're going to play our starters in the practice because you get more out of it, and it's more controlled. Less likely to get hurt. And then Sunday, if Watson's still not suspended, I think he'll play a half because he needs to play because he hasn't played in so long. And then Dobbs and Rosen will play the second half. And the third game, I'm thinking Brissett and the starters will play a half, and then Dobbs will play. Dobbs looked good, though. Like, Dobbs looked real good. And, like, I think he'll have potential, especially with Brissett. Like, Dobbs will come in, like, he had a packages with the Steelers his last year there with Ben, where he would come in and, like, kind of like a Wildcat type thing.
They didn't do it
often, but when you did it, it was successful.
Yeah.
And, like, he played well, and who knows? I mean, we'll see what happens.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Right.
I mean, honestly,
but Brissett,
especially in those weeks that Watson's out.
Yeah.
You gotta be
switch it. Like, if you're getting stagnant, why not? Throw him out there and see what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you got to think the teams are going to be prepared to stop the run with Brissett at quarterback, because like our receivers still, like, that's the biggest thing for the rest of the preseason for me. DPJ, David Bell, Schwartz, who I want to cut him now because he's not even, like, you can't even put him in a return game. Like, it's terrible. Like, that's all I'm focused on. It really is Browns fans. If we can get anything out of those other 2 receivers with Cooper, then we'll be okay. But we'll see.
Now moving on, Steelers. Boy, do I have a conversation about them. That offense. I know what everyone's going to say. They played Seattle with his backups, blah, blah, blah. First of all, Trubisky came in, first drive, touchdown. Just to Gunnar Olszewski or something. I don't know how to say his name. But, so Trubisky looked good. Mason Rudolph came in, threw a touchdown. Dropped a perfect dime to George Pickens, and George Pickens
he looks great.
Flinging bitches.
I'm jealous.
He is already flinging bitches to the ground.
Kind of wish we drafted him.
He literally flung Seattle's corner. And this is a rookie. First NFL game.
Yeah.
Flings a Seattle corner, and then waves to him. And it's just like, I love this. Pickens is going to be a pest, and that's what he's known for. That's what he's known for in Georgia.
Yeah.
His blocking, his ability to get downfield and block for his teammates, who catch the ball or run the ball or whatever. And I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't know necessarily if you want to talk fantasy-wise yet, because he is known for his blocking.
Right.
But he made that tremendous toe tap, that perfect dime from Mason Rudolph, and wow. And then where do I start with Pickett? He kind of looks weird going out there with 2 gloves on, but that's just something we're going to have to get used to if he starts. But I mean, even him, he had
go to play baseball.
The entire Pitt team, Pat Narduzzi, the Pitt head coach, they were all there to support him. Once he ran out on that field, the whole stadium was chanting Kenny over there at Acrisure. And, he threw 2 touchdowns. So, right now, I think the quarterback competition is neck and neck.
Question for you.
Neck and neck. But
rumors about Rudolph getting traded to the Lions.
Rudolph, I feel like, will be traded.
Yeah.
I feel like they're bringing him up to sell him for like a 4th round.
I've been saying that for a few weeks, which
I
respect, because I thought you were crazy.
They have, but a rumor.
No, it came out today. Yeah.
Or last night.
Yeah.
Where the Dolphins.
The Lions. Dolphins.
I don't know where I got Dolphins from. But the Lions may be trying to trade for him. And if we could get a 4th round pick for Mason Rudolph, I'm going to take that.
No, absolutely. You picked him in the 3rd round, and he has been booty cheeks pretty much.
He hasn't been booty cheeks. For the record, I will say
Delvin Hodges played better than him that year.
I will say about Rudolph. There's one thing that people are missing about Rudolph is that every time he had to come in, it was kind of more or less like they were being conservative with him. Didn't really open up the field for him. Didn't really give him that chance to throw deep shots down the field. I think it was more so like, let's just get in this game. Let's hopefully come out with a win and move on to next week. And so, but we saw in preseason, I mean, it was only week 1. It was against Seattle. I get that. But, I mean, he looked, in my opinion, like a different quarterback. He was hitting his spots. He was staying in the pocket. And I think Lions, I mean, when it comes down to Jared Goff and Mason Rudolph, Jared Goff is not good, in my opinion. I mean,
we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, if Lions can get him potentially start him, if it's the same Jared Goff as last year, why not try Rudolph?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
They have weapons on that Lions defense or offense, so we'll see. I don't think he'll be a Steeler by week 1, though. I think, as my dad said, they're trying to make Kenny Pickett the backup without hurting Rudolph's feelings. Not because they don't want to drop Rudolph to a 3rd-string quarterback, and even you can agree with me. Mason Rudolph's not a 3rd-string quarterback. No. He's at very least like one of the most elite backups there are in the NFL.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't.
Out of the backups, come on. I mean, Blaine freaking Gabbert's in Tampa. Like, he's better than Blaine freaking Gabbert. Like, I'm just saying.
Is he better than Sam Darnold? I would hope, but I don't know. Yes. I don't know. I can't
Rudolph
say
doesn't
that.
Turn over the ball constantly.
I watched him get shut down by a Browns defense on Thursday night football.
He may have gotten shut down, but he doesn't.
So, like,
all right, here and there he may have a few picks, here and there. Sam Darnold has like 3 every freaking game. All right, Rudolph didn't have that. Jesus, he's much better than Sam Darnold. I said from Sam Darnold was going to be a freaking bust, and Baker's going to win that job by a long shot. I don't care what Matt Rule says. There's no way Sam Darnold starts week 1.
No, Matt Rule wants to keep his job. There's no way.
Yeah. If he wants to keep his job, because the second he goes like 0-3, 0-4 to begin the season, he gone.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
He had his opportunity. They did this test with Sam Darnold. Now get a proven quarterback who's able to take his team to the playoffs, and they got screwed out of it because he was injured last year. And got replaced by a rapist.
You're a Steelers fan. Get the fuck out of here.
I understand that, but
it didn't rape anybody.
I know, but
it wasn't a rapist.
I gotta.
He did not rape one person.
I don't care. I gotta utilize this.
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna do it all season or all 18 years. Anyway, moving on. That's enough about our teams. The dog, Zach Wilson. They feared that He tore his ACL, which means Joe Flacco would have been the Jets' starting quarterback this year.
Uncle Joe.
But good news is he only tore his meniscus. I know that's not good news, but his timetable to return is about 2 to 4 weeks. Putting him, I don't know.
They said they were going to
a week 1 starter.
They basically said they're not going to rush him
by like week 3, maybe.
Yeah. They're confident going in with Uncle Joe, face his old team in the Ravens. If they could stop Lamar, Joe can have some magic.
Joe Flacco beats the Ravens.
And maybe Zach Wilson comes back to play the Browns. Or we play Uncle Joe too, and we have to take care of him, put him into retirement, and then Zach Wilson come play. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
But the Jets are comfortable with it, and apparently Uncle Joe's been slinging it in practice. So
Uncle Joe, he has that grayness in his beard.
Yeah.
Never count out Joe Flacco.
No.
He comes in. He came in on that Thursday night game and was just tearing it up.
He's a vet. There's a better backup than the Mason Rudolph there.
I'm not saying Mason Rudolph is
right there.
The best backup in the NFL. I'm just saying he's definitely not in the. He's at the top. He's half
in
of the backup.
Top half. All right, yeah, so he's a top 15 backup.
All right.
I can probably give you.
Let me take back.
I'd rather have Colt McCoy, Joe Flacco pull up the list.
Let me take back elite, but he's definitely on the top 15. He's definitely
top 15 is fine.
He's definitely not Blaine Gabbert or Nathan Peterman level.
Yeah, Nathan Peterman shouldn't be in the league anymore.
I don't know why he is.
But nonetheless.
He throws every time he came in the freaking game, he'd throw like 5 picks.
I was on TikTok, and this man said they had the audacity. You can guess what fan base this fan is. Had the audacity to say Nathan Peterman was better than Jalen Hurts. What team is he a fan of? This guy. He's a Cowboys fan. Come on. Obviously. Get out of here.
I guess that was pretty obvious.
How dumb are you?
Why is he giving his opinion about that?
Someone asked him.
Oh, well, I guess because he hates the Eagles. But stop being biased, people.
It's terrible.
When the Steelers sucked, I admitted they sucked.
When did you suck? You haven't had a losing record.
We haven't had a losing season. Sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
No, I meant our offense last year because it did suck. But speaking of Ravens and Uncle Joe and all that fun stuff, J.K. Dobbins returned to the Ravens practice. Yep. That's exciting to see because, it's not exciting if you're a Browns, Steelers, or Bengals fan, but it's exciting because I've always had respect for J.K. Dobbins. You hated to see that injury last year, especially me when I drafted him.
Yeah.
In fantasy, and that didn't work out. Had a rough year last year, but I hope he can, do what he was expected to do. I wanted Steelers to get him in the draft, and I'm very glad they got Najee because Najee, I feel like, is more durable, and hopefully, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
but
you said to bring the Steelers back up.
No, because I was between Najee and J.K. Dobbins.
Oh, in the draft last year, I see.
Honestly, if we would have got Dobbins, I wouldn't have been upset because I've always wanted him. But once I saw the Ravens draft him, I'm like, no way.
Fair enough.
Hate to see it. But, let's see. Wait, did they even get drafted the same year?
No. Dobbins went 2 years ago.
No. Yeah,
this is
right.
Second year.
So we held out. And that's what it was. We held it. I was trying to remember. That's why I'm losing my train of thought and acting stupid. Yes, I wanted J.K. Dobbins that year. And we didn't get him, and I was very upset about it. But then
the next year
we got Najee, and I'm like, all right, I see why they held out. So that's what it was. Yeah, sorry for the mishap there. I'm special when it comes to these things. But yeah, you have any more news before we talk about week 2?
No, not really from the NFL. A lot of teams are doing interleague practices right now, or group practices, with the one less preseason game. That's kind of what they do. They scrimmage basically for 2 days out of the week. But yeah, other than that, no, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Week 2's coming up. It's not very exciting because it's preseason, but you still get to see the quarterback competitions like Drew Lock and Geno Smith.
Yeah.
The Steelers quarterback competition.
Baker and Sam Darnold.
Who else? Is that it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Clear cut.
Yeah.
Just those 3 are the ones that stand out the most. And then we just get to see these receivers and running backs, these rookie receivers and running backs who had a great week 1.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of the defensive players didn't really play that long, I should say. But yeah, hopefully you'll see more of that in week 2. Browns play who?
We play Philadelphia Sunday at 1.
And we play Jags.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be interesting to see if we can stop ETN.
Yeah, I mean...
And then, Saints and Packers should be a good one Friday night. Let's take a moment. Jordan Love didn't look that great.
No, Trey Lance outplayed him easily. Everybody was like,
we didn't think of that.
Everybody was like, yeah, Jordan Love looks so good in practice. Not so much in the game.
Not so much.
The Niners.
Hopefully that's not.
Niners had their way with
things
him.
To come after Rodgers.
Well,
I mean, it was one game.
Yeah. It's a pretty good defensive-minded team.
Somebody on the NFL Network said Jordan Love's played more snaps in the regular season than preseason.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe he's just relaxed because he knows he's not the starter yet. But I don't know. I doubt that he was relaxed. But,
right.
But there's probably some different schemes that he wasn't aware of or something like that. I don't know.
The Ravens kept their win streak alive. They won 21 straight games. Just saying, NFL record preseason games. Can't win.
Doesn't change the fact that they dropped their last 6 games and missed the playoffs last year.
It is true that did happen.
But other than that, Buccaneers Titans.
Oh, did we talk about Tom Brady? No.
About Tom Brady.
He took a leave of absence from the team.
Yeah, I noticed that. He'll be back.
Yeah, I know, but
season.
It's still kind of it's probably for some family thing.
Probably, yeah. Hopefully everything's okay there. Because every time you see somebody take a leave of absence, it's like...
Apparently it was pre-planned, so I don't think it was anything. It wasn't anything too serious, but just like, peace out. I'm going to leave for 8 days.
Blame. Take the reins.
Yeah, so, I guess that kind of makes sense. He was there for the heavy-duty parts of training camp. And then I guess if he knew he wasn't going to play, he's like, fuck it, why am I going to be here? And he said... All right, Coach, I'll be back. And you know what? It's Tom Brady, so I think he just kind of caught everybody off guard because it was so well kept. Like Ian Rappaport was there the day before it broke, and he had no idea until the morning of. And it's just interesting. It's just different, different way the NFL is working, different type of business. You're not used to seeing it, but when you're Tom Brady and you've won as much as you have, do whatever the fuck you want. So
there you go. And on that note. That's all we have today.
Yeah, don't forget to watch Hard Knocks. It's on every Tuesday on HBO, Detroit Lions. It's very good. Just get you ready for football season. So definitely recommend watching it.
I saw something funny for the this one fantasy football league. They had to pick the time slot of how many, or the first time in Hard Knocks that they're going to say Stafford, and whoever had the highest would pick where they want to pick first.
Okay.
I'm like, that's a good idea.
That's smart.
But
yeah,
we still got to come up with something. We'll think about it. Anyway, that's all we have. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Tell your friends.
Make sure you comment so you have a chance to win a free T-shirt.
Exactly. It's coming up September 6th. We'll announce the winner live. Well, not live. We're not live, but we'll announce the winner on that episode. So until next time. Stay safe.